Hello everyone, this is JPL and today I'm joined with
Christopher!
and we are a podcast name in brackets.
Yes, we are.
So, Christopher, it's
Yes.
been a while since we last had a podcast together.
It has been.
And this is going to be a shorter podcast today
Just because of time.
because of time, but we felt it was important to do this podcast because this will be our last podcast together in person.
I don't know what the future of the podcast holds as of now. I want to give it a few weeks before making a decision.
Sure.
But I am moving to Missouri. I'm leaving John behind in Virginia.
Oh, that's fine.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really thankful and blessed. God is good. But, you know, things have to change and life evolves.
Yeah. So, anyway, how you doing, Christopher?
What do you mean? I don't know. We just watched both Amazing Spider-Man movies, and now I'm emotional.
Yes, both the Amazing Spider-Man movies. It is not the best thing to just start a podcast right after watching them. Especially, after the second one with things.
I was so close to crying.
Yes.
And then I already knew the ending.
Yes, and then we watched an alternate ending, which I'd never seen before, but I'd known existed.
Oh, really?
Sure.
So that was your first time seeing it?
It was, yes.
What do you think?
I think it's a really nice, acted, well done scene. But I can understand why they did not put it in the movie. It would have been just too much with everything they already had in it.
I think for the sake, because they didn't make more, I'm glad they did film it.
Sure.
So while yes, there's still, quote, stories to be told that won't be told, we had one, in some way, closure in some aspect, even though it opens up another wormhole stuff. But it's still, it was kind of satisfying to see. Especially considering the fact that we're not getting any more from it.
No. Unless they do someday, continue in the possible Spider-Man 3 movie in December.
At the end of the day, I feel like it's more or less going to be Tom Holland's story. Then, even if the other Spider-Men are going to be in it, it's not going to be...
Oh, for sure.
I mean, there could be 5 minutes, but I don't know. That movie has too much to live up to. if the rumors are true.
And considering how there's
even if the rumors
no
are
trailer
true.
yet.
Freaking...
It's do people know that there's a movie in December? I don't know. Some people don't, actually, which is the concerning thing, if they don't get a trailer out.
Well, the only movie that didn't need a trailer was Endgame. And so if Endgame got a trailer, then Spider-Man needs a trailer. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. I get what you mean. Endgame, I think, is the exception to not having a trailer because of it being the second part of Infinity War. So, yeah, we finished the Spider-Man movies. So
I was not expecting the Garfield movies at all. I feel like I've heard, I don't know, I don't feel like I've heard the highest opinions of it. Plus, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are held to such high regard that I'm there's no way that Garfield can top it. And at the end of the day, they're all different.
They're all different.
Especially right now in this moment, it's hard to compare. I think there's an aspect where it's really hard to love the Raimi movies. Personally, I didn't grow up with them. First, I've only seen them one time, and there's just a different air to them.
Just keep talking.
But I personally, surprisingly, really enjoyed the Garfield Spider-Man movies. I don't know why. I think there are definitely some things that were either a little cringy or I don't feel like were well told in terms of story. But there were a lot of aspects where I really did enjoy. I felt like going in, the only thing I really wanted to watch it for was Emma Stone. Not that I've seen a lot of Emma Stone, more or less just interviews, but like I was like, I wanted to see her in a project, and she did a good job. And I think it's not just her, but just in general, they're decent enough. Like for the low expectations I had, they met them and exceeded. So I think I went into the Sam Raimi ones with too high of expectations, and the Garfield ones with too much low expectations, and as a result, I was expecting more from Raimi, and I got more from Garfield. So it's hard to say, but also at the end they are different, and I've not had the time to like sit down and really compare. Some of you people have seen these movies dozens of times, and I have not. I've gone through the MCU twice, but these other Spider-Man movies just once each. So it's hard to say, and I'm not really here to compare. And even like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies just have a different air to them. There's a stronger sense of youth
Oh yeah,
in those.
a sense that I don't like.
Yeah,
for sure.
and I enjoy it, but like it's like before watching these, I'm like, why multiple Spider-Man movies? And honestly, it's not a big deal for me anymore. At least with Spider-Man. At least with these three. Now, obviously, there are the animated things that like I just haven't like touched my foot in really. And I feel like there's an aspect where I, without seeing them, know and understand and appreciate the fact that they have their place.
Mm-hmm.
But and I don't have all the time in the world. I don't think I'll see everything, and that's okay. But namely to prepare for No Way Home, I felt it was only right to look back at the older movies, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I was super excited to just, especially watch the Raimi, like relive part of my childhood.
Yeah.
But now, like watching again these Garfield movies, which are fine on their own, but yeah, they're still not the best to me.
Mm-hmm. I think, as I was watching, I think the thing I kind of liked were the villains.
Yeah, I think the villains, especially when they had their action scenes, were very cool in this one.
But I think also in terms of story, like, they kind of make sense. I'll take Electro, for example. His whole thing when he was more or less human, he didn't feel like he belonged anywhere. He felt like no one loved him. And so he felt loved by Spider-Man in a way, and he wanted someone to need him. And and so when Harry, out of desperation, just said, "I need you," that struck a chord with Electro, because that was literally something he's always wanted. And like in his case, it was essentially accidental power, and he didn't know how to control himself, as it seemed. And like it made sense. You know what I mean? Because I mentioned a lot about like Spider-Man 3. Iron Man 3. The villain just seemed like he was just on a little personal vendetta against Tony Stark, and he built up a whole thing that was huge, all to take out Tony Stark, it seems. Now there's more to it, but it just like all that really seemed to fuel him was getting back at Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And this, while yes, there was the whole, we have to get back at Spider-Man, there were some things that were set up that like, oh, that actually makes sense. And I feel like, namely him, but I felt like the villains kind of in general, like it kind of just made sense to me compared to like some other villains that I've seen where it just like it doesn't make sense. And I felt like in general, I'm lumping it, and it's not exactly like that's an amazing villain, but like it made sense enough for me.
Yeah. Like me, I've known these villains from the cartoons and stuff, so I have an expectation. I prefer the villains in the second Spider-Man movie, this one we just watched, than the first one. The first one, they did a different villain that we hadn't done yet. However, like, he's not the same as traditionally known.
Mm.
Traditionally, Kirk Connors is a nice family guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing anything shady.
Mm-hmm.
Here he's doing some shady stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever he does turn into a lizard, he's not intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a monster going around. And here he's smarter, apparently. He looks different.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the build-up of Connor in the first one was good.
Yeah.
And then it just all of a sudden it possessed him. And while to some degree it kind of made sense, it also kind of derailed it a little bit. But I liked the build-up to it.
Sure.
Because it was essentially accidental power, desperation, that turned him into the monster he was. And that's almost, I think, even similar with Doc Ock, where like he had a mission and a goal and it went haywire and then it ended up controlling him. And yeah, that wasn't necessarily like out of the gate like, oh my gosh, I have a vendetta against Spider-Man. It was like, oh, this just so happened.
Yeah. I really like this Electro. I think it's interesting and unique. I especially love, I don't know if you could catch any of it, but the music whenever he's on screen, there's just a subtle voices that are singing in the background that are like singing his thoughts and emotions that just amp up when he's like getting angry, and it's just really cool and dubsteppy, and it's not something that you see a whole lot of, and I appreciate that what they did with that. And then there's this.
Well, also I'll just say like his duality, the before and after, it's pretty cool.
Yes, and then there's Harry and his new Green Goblin, which a bit add-on, but he does leave an impact in his consequences, for sure. Not my favorite Goblin, but he has a unique look.
Like I liked him better as the Goblin than as Harry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was definitely much more convincing of a character to me as a Goblin with just how the actor portrayed him than Harry, who's just
felt like a Twilight dork or something.
Sure, like I just couldn't get Harry in this one.
I could kind of get the Goblin. At least I could believe it.
Like I could believe that's the reason why they chose that actor, because
yeah, but like again, like just they found someone like Jamie Foxx who had that amazing duality, and I don't feel like. And I guess kind of what you're saying, like they more or less found an actor who could play the Goblin than who could play Harry.
Sure.
And that, in my mind, sucks.
And then there's Rhino. He's not really much of a villain in this movie. He's more of a joke.
Yeah, which is fun.
And like, a setup for future movies that never come.
Yeah. Like, definitely, like, in this first scene, I was kind of just laughing. But like that, I feel like I can kind of slide. Like, they made a fun villain, essentially. But yeah, with Harry, just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, there's aspects where I get it, and aspects I don't. I don't know. It's just like, at this point, just... if they haven't got them out, shut down Osborn.
Sure.
Or is it Oscorp? Oscorp. Shut down Oscorp. It's like they're essentially doing no good. What good have they done? I don't know.
Right. So there is some of the news that is interesting. More Powerpuff Girls news.
Chloe Bennett left.
Chloe Bennett left the show.
Yeah. Which some people are assuming is because she's filming for the Marvel thing.
Well...
But
I mean,
who knows?
I mean, officially it's her schedule. She couldn't come back to reshoot. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. On the one hand, I'm like, oh no, this actress who I'm familiar with is like one of the few things that I would be interested in watching the show.
Right.
On the other hand, I'm like, oh, thank goodness she's not in this terrible show. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it will affect everything.
Yeah.
Especially with the camaraderie with the other actors. Especially like she's a main character.
Right.
It's not like you're replacing a side one. This is one of the main three.
Right.
So
I wonder how that will turn out. Like, I don't know who they will get, and I don't know the landscape to be like, oh, they should get that person.
I hope we get some leaked footage of her
Yes.
in action.
Yes. We need to leak the
We have
pilot
photos.
episode.
We have photos.
We have photos,
and
not amazing.
part of a script, but
I want a leak. They need to leak the first episode,
they've
the pilot.
they've done that before. Like
Yeah.
the Flash, the very first episode got leaked months in advance,
Oh wow.
which some people are wondering if it even was a leak or just like promotional stunt. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
that'd be cool to see. If I don't know, it'll trend on Twitter if it leaks.
yeah.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
I check Twitter every day. If I still happen to miss it, let me know. Because I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, which means we're not watching it together.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we won't be able to do together
Unless,
anymore.
I get to where you are at some point. Who knows?
Who knows? But you'd prefer. I didn't say I got a job at Sight and Sound.
Yes.
So you'd prefer to go to Lancaster.
I mean, hey, like, I'd go there.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I'll be there.
Sure, I'll just sleep in your bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess just because I'll be honest, I probably kind of prefer Lancaster due to distance.
Sure.
But in terms of general everything else, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer Lancaster because that's the only Science Sounds I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Missouri, I know some people there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think, do you know Judah Fox?
Yeah.
I think he's there.
Is it really? Sight and Sound?
He's at Science Sound. Either
I know the man.
either in Missouri.
I mean, like, I don't know him, but like,
Yeah.
we've talked a few times.
He's at a Science Sound.
That's cool.
Don't know which one.
Okay.
I don't think you would know a Ryan Hippie.
No.
Right, yeah. Well, that's the other main guy that I know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. That's a little extra comfort today. Yay.
What was the first name? What was the first name I said?
Judah Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he would definitely recognize me at least. Not that we were best friends or anything, but he would recognize me at least.
Sure,
That'd
yeah.
be cool. Wow. Sweet.
If they're still there, of course.
Huh?
If they're still there, of course.
Fair. So, do you know if he went in as an actor? I did.
Yeah. I mean,
That's sweet.
they're like, we have photos of him, like, in his costume with the beard. Like, we were just joking. It's like, oh, I wonder if he's playing the role of Jesus. And not just some random guy.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Science Sound, good opportunity for you.
Yeah. I hope it will be home for a long, long time. Because I don't like change. And I haven't really had a place to call home.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that Branson will be my home for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at the point where, like, this is the longest I've been in one place, in one house. So, I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
You know, you just want some stability.
Yes.
Just, you're tired of moving around. You just want to stay in one spot.
Yeah.
And, like, luckily for me, I have at least another 2 years here. So.
I think for me, essentially, the next time I want to move is when I get married.
Right.
I hope that will be the next and hopefully last time in a long, long while.
Right.
So we will see what will happen there.
So, how you doing, Christopher?
How am I doing? I am doing, I don't know. I just got back from camp, so I'm just like really tired and worn out. I have people to say bye to. Like, this is essentially, like, as much as I'd love to, like, say hi again before I leave, I don't think it's not that it's not right, but there's other people I want to say bye
Sure.
to. So this is essentially last time. Also, my mom's coming in about 5 minutes to pick me up. So, I don't know. Since this is last goodbye, kind of. And we'll be able to still call each other. And the podcast is not completely
Dead.
Yeah. Because I believe I'd still be able to make time. I would like to think so, but I don't know my schedule and life yet.
Yeah, I mean, we could have to just adapt to, like, a shorter time span.
shorter time span, online based.
Mm-hmm.
Like both those things are very possible. I just don't know my schedule, so I can't make a promise just yet. That's the issue. But like, it's been a fun time. I mean, I feel like I talked about it probably like on an anniversary podcast or something, but I've enjoyed hanging out with you. We've had fun together. And again, us doing the podcast, I feel like brought us closer. So I appreciate you a lot. So,
Of course.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a shame like to see you gone.
Yeah.
You know.
There's an aspect where I still wish either I was nearby or in Lynchburg, but at the same time, I'm glad that I'm going out. I love my family, but it'll be nice to be my own person. I've loved Liberty, but especially me not in school anymore, I don't feel part of it anymore, and I don't really want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not part of me anymore. So, for those reasons, I'm glad I'm leaving Lynchburg. You know?
Sure.
But yeah.
So I gotta find some new chums at school.
Yes, you'll have to.
Yes, I'm the old person.
You are. But hey, hopefully you can find some people.
Yeah. Sure.
You have to try, John. You have to try.
I'll just be like that weird uncle
Yes.
that they don't know where it came from, but I was just there.
You were there the whole time.
I was there the whole time.
Yes, you were. Yeah, so it's been a fun time for sure.
Yeah, it's been, 2 months since we last had a podcast?
Yeah. It's so funny. It's like, what was it? This year we're like, new season, and then we only did a few episodes, and then we had a break, and then I'm gone. What a great third season.
Yeah, I mean, third seasons in TV shows are normally shorter.
Oh, are they? Okay, bet.
Typically, yeah, they're shorter
Okay.
because of reasons.
Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, in terms of me saying bye, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, so,
I have one unrelated question, but
Yeah.
go on.
I mean, trying to sell some stuff on eBay, so,
How's that coming along?
I sold 2 things.
Yay!
Yeah, the last thing I sold, I got the wrong...
Oh no. Oh no.
what you call it, the wrong tracking thing that you put in the box.
No.
And I had a specific box for like priority mail,
Yeah.
and I got first class thing,
Uh,
which was,
I mean, at the end of the day, they got it right.
I mean, yeah, they got it, but I had to pay $5 extra
Mm-hmm.
on top of the $3 already paid for the thing.
Yeah, that sucks.
And the thing that they purchased was $10. So in the end, I get
Then 2.
2. Plus, eBay has to take their cut. So,
ouch.
yeah, it was a big financial disappointment for me.
Yeah. That's rough.
But now I've learned my lesson
Yes.
to just read and be thorough
Yes.
about what selection I choose.
Mm-hmm.
Because, to be honest, I wouldn't have never known.
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out better next time.
Yeah.
It's part of the process.
So you had Papa John's. I
did.
Yeah.
So I was comparing it a bit, and like, because I know Domino's, I'm in general just gonna order from Domino's. However, Papa John's, like, I feel like it's funny. Like, I feel like people think I hate all other things. Just like, no, I haven't tried them. That's the thing.
Right.
Papa John's, that was the regular type pizza essentially, right?
Yes.
There's definitely a little more bread, but as a result, it's kind of a little less uncooked. I don't feel like there's as much sauce. And there's
Right.
definitely way more pepperonis.
Which is partially why they always give you like a thing of garlic sauce.
Well, I mean, never mind. Go on.
In every box they have. Yeah.
Okay. I know Domino's, like, with the sides, many sides come with like marinara, but
you
not
have
with
to
the
pay.
pizza.
You have to pay extra for those.
Yeah, at least it's just 60 cents. But
Yeah, but here we get it for free.
yeah, that makes sense.
You had an unrelated question?
Yeah, so after 2021, what Marvel projects are you looking forward to?
I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, for me, basic mainstream, I don't care. Thor, Doctor Strange, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, there's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but I don't have a connection to them yet.
Yeah, and then X-Men, but I feel like it's just so far late in the game that it's like, you're late, fellas.
But people are still going to eat it up.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the concept of the first Doctor Strange movie is so cool to me. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the second one's going to be, but hopefully it'll be good. I think the Thor one is going to be enjoyable at the very least. I'm not expecting it to top Ragnarok. It could. But at the same time, they're going to be different movies. It's just the same director, essentially. But hopefully it's enjoyable. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, it's only because I know the characters, really. Because
sure.
While I'm not necessarily looking forward to a lot of what's releasing, I'm still essentially going to watch because I'm in that stage where I'm just accepting anything they're releasing right now.
Yeah, and me, I'm just playing it by ear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe, I'm curious, with you, what if, I wonder if there's going to be, one episode that's really going to pique your interest. You watch that one. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm going to go and watch What If.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Later.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were actually planning to in the near future.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if it was near or not, but
yeah.
Sure.
From what I heard, the last episode of What If sets up, should I say?
Spider-Man: No Way Home?
No.
Multiverse of Madness?
Yes. That's what I heard.
You've told me that before, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's accurate, but it would make sense to me.
I think it's accurate.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're calling What If MCU canon, which makes sense if you really think about it. Because now with Loki Unleashed the Multiverse, then technically it is all canon. And Agent Carter is canon. No.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Who knows?
I meant at least Agent Carter, but... No, it was interesting. So they have a Legends series where they essentially recap. For example, for Loki, they did a recap of his life. And they're and then you watch Loki. It's a good, really well edited. It almost feels like an extended trailer.
Sure.
But it's really well, because some of these people, they're not always watching the movies, and so it's a very helpful recap. It hits every single point. You know what I mean?
But if you had just seen those movies, it's it's nothing new.
It is nothing new, but for some people, it's definitely a great recap. But so for some reason, they're doing those Legends episodes for the What If episodes. Don't ask me why. There was one for Peggy Carter, and there were no clips of Agent Carter, which I guess is kind of fine, but not. I don't know.
No clips.
The only non-movie clip they used was from the one shot called Agent Carter, which was the pilot for the TV show. That they neglected the TV show completely.
Yeah, and I could probably understand why.
Which I kind of get, because to some degree, the one shot, I mean, it doesn't contradict canon. I don't really think in general the first season really contradicts canon that much.
So,
but yeah, it's just a different thing. All right, well, John, it's been an honor.
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.